Hello and good morning. My name is John Bale and welcome back to Erlenberg episode 3, which is actually Erlengrad episode 1. There have been some changes to my Erlenberg Let's Play. So as you can see, I am on Erlengrad, not Erlenberg anymore. I'm in a new car. And yeah, there have some changes been made to this Let's Play. This is not the contractor series anymore. I decided, based on the time of year. Oh, speaking about time of the year, first things first. Happy New Year to everybody. It's already January 2025. Yeah, based on the time of the year, FS25 is out. I decided to do a goodbye FS22 Let's Play, and I wanted to start this already in November, but I will go over that in a little while. So let's just fire this baby up. So basically the Let's Play is all about using the stuff from FS22, base in-game and mods, which I haven't used so far, and which didn't make it over to FS25 yet. Maybe it will come later with mods, but nobody knows. So let me show you around my 14.5 million euros farm here on Erlengrad, not Erlenberg. So first of all, we are on the in-game biogas plant, which is owned by myself. Over here we have a little bit of equipment. We have the class wheel loader with the front silage fork for basically silaging work. We have a weight. We have the class Zerion saddle track with the trailer on the back and also a weight here. So the class will be doing the compaction on the clamps, and well, this will be do the pushing of the chaff in the clamps and also unloading the silage into the biogas plant. And also we can use that tanker for digested and manure distribution, as well as for transportation. So this is the biogas plant and its equipment. I'm driving, as you can see, in the Lizard 1984 pickup, which was part of the Platinum expansion for FS22. But yeah, I never really used it in one of my Let's Plays. So yeah, talking about the Let's Play. So why is it not Erlenberg anymore, while we are here on the nice Erlengrad map? Erlenberg had a map update back in November, and the map update caused a crash with consoles, and I am on console, and that is why I first thought, I didn't know about that was a problem with the map, so I thought my gameplay had crashed. So I deleted the file, built up, and wanted to build up everything new, but then I saw it didn't work. So I loaded into a new save file, and also the map didn't work, and that was when I was becoming aware of the fact that it's not my save game, it is a problem with the map. And yeah, so then I got frustrated, and then I needed to wait until the update came through, and the update was made and the map worked again. So let me just pull over here, because we are now entering my farm. And when I will just drive around the farm, and when the map finally worked again, I needed to rebuild the map completely. Took me about 10 hours to set everything back where I was, and then I was prepared to play the game again. But what happened was that I had a little accident in real life, which wasn't bad. So I actually tried to fill a tire of a wheelbarrow, and the tire blew in my hand while I was filling it, while I was holding the valve, the gauge, to see how many pressure it was. It wasn't over pressurized, but it blew in my hand. Luckily I didn't break my hand, but I had several cuts and also a black spot underneath my left thumb, which is still there. Hasn't healed it because it needed to grow out, but okay, my hand wasn't broken, but it had several cuts. It was numb for a couple of days, and also I went to the doctor. It was bandaged and all that stuff. So yeah, and then FS25 was released, and until my hand healed completely, so I started, okay, I had because I rebuilt my map, my Erlenberg map twice, because I deleted it one, and so I built it up a second time with this new Let's Play in mind. So with all the equipment you see here now, I already rebuilt Erlenberg like that to make it, because FS25 came out by the point I decided to make it and goodbye FS25 Let's Play instead. So I had idea of what we are doing now already built up for Erlenberg. So I built up the map again, second time. Took me again about 10 hours, so 20 hours wasted, because the map kept crashing. I recorded maybe 55 to 60% of the first episode, so episode 3 of the new Erlenberg Let's Play, and it kept crashing and crashing every like 30 minutes, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I couldn't figure out, was it a specific mod, was it a specific vehicle, was it a specific action, was it a problem if I have lots of vehicle in one spot. It kept crashing while driving, it kept crashing while getting in and out of vehicle, kept crashing while walking around the farm. Terrible. So I grabbed myself together, but after making 45%, no, 54%, a little bit of more, the half of the episode, I decided, screw it. And that's why we are here on Erlenberg, and I rebuilt this map again. It took me not so long. What does it say? Yeah, 7.5 hours, not 10, so I got experienced doing it. Yeah, but now we are here on the map, so I would like to show you around. First, there's our farmhouse, which is part of the Platinum expansion, so which comes from Silver and Forest. Here we have two Meridian garages. What are these called? Can't remember out of the top of my head. Arc wall sheds. So inside the first one we do have some fertilizing equipment, the big fertilizing equipment, the Vervet slurry tank with a distributor on the back, and the Expo 804103. So this is the manure spreading unit, this is the slurry spreading unit. Both are standard in game. Didn't make it over to FS25, and I have actually never used any of these. Here we have a garage, which comes part of this map. Inside we have the Massey Ferguson 8S. Yeah, 8S. Standard in game, didn't make it over. We had the McCormick X7 standard in game, didn't make it over to FS25. There is the John Deere sprayer with the camera system. This is part of the Precision Farming mod by Giant Software. Never used it neither. Here we have the Landini with narrow tires. So this is basically our fertilizer spreader machine. And we have the Sopema trailer here. The Sopema is part of the Sopema pack by Univers Simu Modding, and on the back of it we have the Bredal FS22 WS4000 by MefiuFa. So this trailer as well as this spreader takes lime and fertilizer, so it will be used for both. Here in the other shed we have the Fendt 942 standard in-game with the weight. We have the Kroger AgroLiner trailer standard in-game, and we have the Ninja Beet cutter, which basically looks like a Fliegel trailer, but it's the trailer with beet cutter by Dogface. We do have the New Holland telehandler standard in-game, and we have the JCB TM420S by RossN mods with the Bale grab. This is the Wifo BP series by Dutch Modding Inc., which I already used in the first 2 episodes of this Let's Play. Over here we have the Farm Factory by Oma Tana. Farm Factory by Oma Tana, so where all the farm stuff will be made. Here we have the Volvo FH16 premium expansion part, and didn't make it over to the new game. We have the standard liquid in-game trailer, and here we have a trailer which is a Lizard SSK60. This is also part of the SSK60 mod by Pascal Kautz, and part of this mod are 2 facilities, 2 factories as well, which we will see in a little while. Here is the Farm Tech trailer, part of the Platinum expansion. We do have a shed here, this is the shed with workshop, I believe. Yeah, this is the machine shed with workshop by Dithmarscher modding, and I just had another game crash. Don't know why, but no matter. Over here we have a Herman shed with solar panel on the roof to generate income. We have the Schwarzmüller low loader premium expansion, just as I used it a little bit on Silver Run, but not very much, so that's why it's here for any vehicles that need to be moved around. We do have the Bale and Pallet trailer by RossN mods. We have the vegetable equipment, so the Wolf, this is the Kverneland Mini Air Nova Fold, so the planter, and for harvesting we have the DeWolf GKIIS, so the 2-row trail behind harvester. Over here we have the Demco grain trailer, so now that I'm on a European map, I would say this is the biggest grain trailer in Europe. And we have the M&T Beet trailer here. Both are standard in-game and didn't make it over to FS25. The same, by the way, also applies for these 2 Platinum expansion, DeWolf and Kverneland equipment. Oh, I think only the DeWolf and the Kverneland did make it over, but no matter. Over here we have 2 carports behind each other. The carport is called the Carport by Toggrim, that's the mod. And we have 2 Antonio Carrera tractors, so our vineyard tractors. Both 2 didn't make it over to FS25. We have the subsoiler, we have the pruner, and we have the mulcher on the back of them. And in that aforementioned machine shed with workshop, so the gate, there is some equipment in here. So in the shed, after another game crash by the way, we have the Grimme Rexor beet harvester, standard in-game, didn't make it over to FS25. We have the class Jaguar 960 forage harvester with the poplar header on the front, and here in the back there is the header for corn chaffing. Over there is the corn header for my harvester. It's the John Deere one, the 12-meter one, and here's the John Deere grain header for my harvester. It's stacked on the Bestway AG retriever TM SLT by SolarGuyModding, which is my grain trailer for this Let's Play. Here is the AgriSam 8-meter subsoiler, so the plow which I'm going to use also didn't make it over to FS25. And here is the big one, our versatile 620 with 665 horsepower, the big tractor for all the big tasks running, the big implements. And yeah, that's down here. Over there, the second part of the shed is my harvester. This is the wide span vehicle system by Dogface BDBSSB. So this is the main vehicle. It comes with a planter, with a seeder, and here with the harvesting unit on the trailer. The trailer comes also as part of this pack, and in front we have the Mack Pinnacle truck lorry, which is standard in-game but didn't make it over to FS25. And I said in my video of items that made it over or didn't make it over, I don't regularly use US trucks on a European map, but for this Let's Play I would just say, well, let's go with it. Moving on, here are two factories. The round one, which is a manure factory or liquid manure factory, liquid manure production by FSPT, and behind it there is the manure factory also by FSPT. Here we have a grain bin, standard Unia grain bin with some extensions to give it a little bit more capacity. And here we have a shed. This is the Hallen Varico, standard in-game. Have never used it before, so that's why I'm using it here. It's very unique. You can only open one section at a time, but as you can see it opens very wide, which is quite nice. So in here we have the other grape and olive equipment, so the olive harvester standard in game, the ELHO grape harvester, I think, which was a free DLC or $2.99 or whatever it cost. We have the Oxbow multi-row sprayer, part of the Oxbow pack. Here we have our Govile Bale wrapper, the Variomaster, part of the Govile pack, of course. We have the Class Cargos forage wagon for collecting everything which will go through that or into that Govile. Here is my tether. This is the ELHO TR300 by HoFFi. This is my big cultivator. This is the KS4750 speed tiller, standard in-game, which I believe didn't also make it over to FS25, but this is the big cultivator that requires 550 horsepower, so this is the cultivator which will be run by the versatile tractor. And we have the Krone Big M standard in-game mower over here. So you will see it later down with the cow sheds. I will basically work with loose material on my farm, but for doing contracts, so I will still do contracts, although this is not the contractor series anymore. I will use the Govile for that. So let's just make here a shortcut. Planted some trees here. So here are my animals. So we have the cow shed with feeding robot over here. That is why I will mainly use loose material. We have a chicken coop over here. Both of these are from the mod Staples with Larger Pastures by NGN624. Basically, yeah, to give my animals a little bit more room than what we have standard in game. Down here is a manure heap, and here is little pig enclosure. This is standard in game because the one with the bigger pasture didn't fit in here, but there are only 26 pigs in here, 2 younger breeds, 2 older breeds, and down there is the animal trailer, so double the capacity of the trailer, so when there's a new breed coming up, the older can be sold off and so on, and it will grow on. So how many? There's still plenty of material in here, but as you can see, I will go with loose material mainly on this Let's Play. That is why at the end of these 2 fields, right over there, there is Bale and pallet storage and a hay and straw loft, hay loft, straw loft. Both are standard in game, and as you can also see, let's just go quickly to the map. I didn't combine my fields. I kept the original layout, the routes, the dirt tracks, which are standard in here. Yeah, I mean, I could have made these 2 one big field or 2 big fields, but nevertheless I keep that tracks, and I could, if I want to, plant both fields with the same crop so that you can just see what is mine. So this is all my property, and down here I have something more which we will come to later on. So moving down here, this is the only downside with that mod. You cannot remove this. This is to show where the boundary of the pastures is. You cannot switch this on or off, but nevertheless. So over here we have 2 factories, a sugar mill and a grain mill. These are also part of the Lizard SSK16 mod, to which the lorry trailer, which we saw before, belongs to. So these are basically grain mills and sugar mills which do loose material instead of palletized material, and that is what that trailer is for. So I will now go over to the big plot of mine, and I will talk to you over there. Okay, approaching my buy station. This is the, what's it called? Easy Weight Station and Fruit Shop by Mantrid. So this is basically where I can buy everything, because as you can see, in terms of money, I don't have much money, so everything I need, seed and all that stuff, still needs to be bought. Over there, you can see it in the distance. I will not go there just for to speed this up. So there is the Komatsu. Let's just quickly sprint over there. So here, ready to do some wood chipping, is the Komatsu harvester, the tracked one, which didn't make it over to FS25, and I never used it. And we have the Heizomad wood chipper, because the production, the liquid manure production, needs wood chips to do the liquid manure, and we have some trees here ready to be cut. So go back to the vehicle, and now we can just make a quick turn here. So to our left there is my grape field as well as my olive field. Sun comes up, very nice. So we have a couple of rows of olives here, and we have a couple of rows of grapes here to, well, they are on the south, on a hilltop which is southbound, south-directed, so we hope to have some nice yields here as well. This field here has not germinated yet, but there are poplars growing in this field, and in case I needed some grass, well, this big pasture contains a lot of grass, and if I need it I can cut it here. And now we just move on to the last part of my farm, which is over here, which is I call it the holiday farm. There are 5 holiday homes just here for people who like to experience farming by their own, and for them to do small-scale farming. We have some nice equipment. So we have basically the older, smaller tractors down here. We have the Fiat tractor here with a water tank on the back. This is the SMP 3.0 by Serenga 56. We have the RossN harvester, which didn't make it over to FS25, and I've never used it because it's such a small size, but we have only small fields here. We have the Steyr with the mower and the forage wagon on the back. Here are 2 fields for our weekend farmers, so to speak, which are not planted yet. They are only, and this is grass ready to harvest. They are only, so you see there's nothing. They have only been plowed and nothing done to it. And there's a greenhouse also for our for the people who come here to these holiday homes and experience some farming. So I think I had, no, storage is empty. Just need to fill it with water and get it running. In the other shed, so this shed is by Oma Tana. I think it's part of the Tiny House Farm Buildings pack by Oma Tana, as well as these houses, and these generate income per month. Here we have the Fend with the front loader and pallet fork for the pallets of the greenhouse. The Fend also will do winter work, that's why winter equipment is here. We have the Volvo with the Dithmarscher Vertigo feed mixer, which is from the Dithmarscher Vertigo pack by MefiuFa. We have the Bührer with the tether on the back. We have the Zeta Crystal from the Platinum expansion with the cultivator, and we have the Massey Ferguson with the seeder. So basically every tractor has its own purpose. We don't need to change the implements. Every tractor has its unique desired task for this. And the holiday homes, I mean, look at the windows are open. If you came out here, wake up in the morning with this view, who wouldn't want to have to go on vacation here? It's so lovely. Over here we have the shed cow barn, so also some cows for our guests to look after. And there are, I think, 20, how many were? 25 animals in there. And last but not least, here's a little chicken pasture standard in-game, so they also have some chickens which they can look after. And yeah, that is the tour of my farm. I will now grab the big versatile and the big cultivator and start to cultivate my fields. I mean, there is snow on the forecast. Just take a look, the detailed weather forecast. Okay, snow is only about to show up at 4 p.m. and then the temperature drops significantly, but at the moment the temperature is high enough so that we can cultivate our fields. So that's what I'm about to do now. I will see you in the fields. Okay, it's the second half of February. I just finished loading this trailer up. This is basically my cheese and butter which came out of my production from my milk which my cows produced, and I'm about to sell this to the supermarket. So as you see, it's still snowing, and as you've seen in the clips before, I did do something during the winter season, or before. I mean, I plowed these two fields, I subsoiled these, and then the snow started to come in. I did a harvest contract using my wide span vehicle system harvester. I will come back to that later in a second. Then I snow plowed a lot. I sold some grain, I sold some wood chips, and I plowed all the snow up. And at this moment, let me just show you the weather forecast. So as you can see here, it's supposed to stop at 11, and then it's supposed to getting warm again, and I will then take the opportunity to cultivate my two other fields, which are way over there by the lake, because these need to be cultivated before a spring season, actually, when we wanted to start seeding and planting. My wide span vehicle system, as you might notice in the top right corner, the money has gone up considerably. So this is not only due to the fact that the wood chips I sold paid off very well. No, I sold the wide span vehicle system, and I also sold the shed with workshop, because I got a lot of more game crashes, and these game crashes mostly occurred when I was around that shed, or they occurred during that contract, that harvest contract I did with the wide span vehicle system. So my fear is that one of these mods, or maybe both mods, because the wide span vehicle system was also stored in that shed, are the reason why I'm experiencing so many game crashes, and it really annoys me. So that's why I just made a straight cut and said, okay, sell these items off, and hope for the best. And now I'm here, I'm arriving at the shed, not at the shed, at the supermarket, where I will sell these 14,000 liters of butter. I mean, I entered the supermarket on the correct side. The other side is a don't go in there street, but it's really narrow and very tricky to maneuver in here. But there we go, the butter is selling. 24,775 plus a little bit of environmental score, not that bad. And now the cheese. This was, by the way, only a coincidence. I did not plan for that to sell this exactly separate. Another 14,118 euros for the cheese. Nice. Okay, I will now go back to the farm and show you how it has changed because of the changes I made. Okay, so here I arrived at the farm with my lime spreader already full, because this will be the first thing to do once all fields are cultivated. So, and here is what has changed. So the shed with workshop is gone, and it's now replaced with that easy shed standard in-game thing. Advantages, because before the doors opened that way and I had to drive very often into my field to get everything out. Now with the opening and here I have enough room to get out of this shed without going over my crops, which is good. And as you can see, inside we have all the stuff we had in the other shed as well, and it's still roomier. There's still more space. And we have that little workstation, workshop, from which I now forgot the modder's name, but I will put it in the description. So all I have to do now is just go to my field, go to my versatile tractor and wait for the snow to melt, because as you can see, it stopped snowing. It's all still nice and white, very winter wonderland, still a little bit of Christmas vibe, although Christmas is already almost a month since Christmas. But I don't know how it was about you. We didn't have any snow on Christmas. At the moment, today is January the 14th. The 14th, we had some snow where I lived last week, and then it got cold, so the snow, well, basically it froze, but it stayed. So it's still a little bit snow on the ground here where I live. Okay, so over there is my big tractor with my big plow, and as I said, I will now wait for the snow to melt, and then I can cultivate the fields. And there we are. Snow is gone. Ground is unfrozen, I hope. So let's open up this cultivator and I can get going. And I think this is the end of this episode. So Erlenberg episode 3.2.0. So Erlengrad. I hope nobody is bothered. Now that I think about it, maybe these two mods really caused the problem for me. I really don't hope so, because I don't want to talk bad about them. But yeah, since I removed these two items, let me just check the statistics. I'm now playing for 1 hour 40 minutes. Didn't have any game crashes yet, and before I had them every 30 minutes or so. Yeah, but that's it for this episode. So I will continue here In the next episode we will move over to March. Yeah, I mean it's already end of February and it's already 3 o'clock, so we won't do much about it in this episode. So in beginning of March we need to lime these fields and fertilize them with slurry and manure, and then also start the seeding process. But also in March we need to do the work in our grape and olive vines, so there is still plenty to do. And that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, or even do subscribe. Don't drive when you're drunk. And until next time, bye bye.